scream.
Just scream.
There you go. Okay.
Can't do some of those things though.
All right, we'll be starting in 9 minutes. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Take a hit of that bong if you want, I guess.
Alright, I'll be back.
Wait, is it actually... Oh.
Oh my god. It killed them. Smokers are jokers.
Oh my god.
It was so strong and put him in the next dimension.
I want...
He's in the back rows now. He's not gonna come back from that.
me next. Take me there.
Okay.
Oh, look at how high I am.
To the back rooms, you go.
Slay him?
Come on, work faster.
How do I drink weed?
How'd you get out of the back room so
Yes.
fast?
Drink the bong,
Just
I guess.
you gotta take the hit, then drink the bong water. That's the old college try.
The old 1-2. Oh yeah, I understand. I don't know. I don't get it. I can pick up the lightsaber though.
Oh. Radio.
So what actually is the event? Because all I heard was campfire.
It's like
So,
just talking about...
oh yeah, you can go. I'm eating ice cream.
Oh, nice. Basically, it's a...
You're not sharing?
Stories. Yeah, we share, like, life experiences.
Your fancy Noosa ice cream, because she likes
Just,
the
get off-
Noosa
get off your
yogurt.
chest type thing.
Okay.
Telling stories?
About them taxes. Fuck taxes.
Can't tell
There's
which one you mean.
a topic we can agree on.
That's topic.
What do you mean, the channel?
Hmm? And
You mean the literal taxes or the other one?
There's
literal
a
taxes. Fuck
Okay.
giving government my money. It's my money and I need it now.
You sound like every Allstate commercial.
That's not my point. That was the point.
Money and I need it now.
I haven't heard one of those in a long time, to be fair.
Neither have I. It's been a while.
I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll go back and I'll watch compilations of old nostalgic commercials.
Hell yeah.
The FREE that spells free. Fucking that one.
General,
Too.
that one with the fox?
FreeCreditReport.com.
Yeah, that one.
Head on, or ride directly to the forehead. Head on.
Like a good neighbor, weirdo is there.
I can't fix anything, but I'll try. If I break it, yeah.
Oh, cool. I get more frames than I did in the last Campfire work. What the frick is this?
There's a wild deer out in the woods.
The lightsaber.
I just saw him.
All women are queens.
Okay.
Hang on. God.
What is that? This
You do the meme. Let me get up. Oh god.
What?
If she
If she breathes,
she's
she's on fire.
What?
Oh.
I fucking love that meme.
Never heard of that one.
You never heard of that one? That's a fucking good one. So you're like two fucking dudes in like a back alleyway. Guy's like, oh, girls are queens. And this guy comes out of nowhere. If she breathes, she's a thought.
I need to watch that one again.
True, it's fucking great. It's a fucking great one.
You're a thought.
You're a fucking thought.
Here's a thought. We're all thoughts.
Oh.
If I breathe, I am a thought.
Oh, hi, big guy.
Okay, so my computer's over here, which means I have to reorient myself.
So you don't kick your computer.
My cable keeps on strangling me.
Right here. I just punched Kit in the
Jesus.
controller.
I always forget. Mess with me whenever I heard your voice near Weirdo.
Mhm.
And I remember it's like, oh, wait a minute. Anyway.
You're cold, they're cold. Put the ice in deep fryer.
Look, like Kit, I mean punch you in the face.
Okay.
Maggie.
It's banger.
Quest.
Yo.
Take a seat. Grab a marshmallow or whatever.
I did this yesterday. IRL.
Holy shit. Fire swing.
Can I do it?
Ooh, that's some frames dropped though.
Oh, Crash Cat? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hey.
I have zero memory. Are you from the server?
No, I don't know what server you're talking about, so probably not.
Oh, okay. So this
I met
is
you in a lobby one day.
Oh, okay. So this is this is an event for my server. If you want to hang out, you can. If you want to join the server, you can. Just go to monocat.tv and click Discord button. But what this event is it's called the Campfire Comfies event, where we just talk about different things that have been going on. And I mean, usually it results into us talking about like our traumas or something. But so just expect something kind of like that. Like a wholesome campfire thingy. Which is going to start in about a minute.
Did Archer say how late he was going to be?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
I don't know when he's going to come.
Does he want us to start without him, or?
Yeah. Yeah, let's get those people over there in chairs. Y'all get your asses over here.
I feel fancy.
I guess you look fancy.
Wait, hang on. Let's see if I can get fancier. Weirdo, what are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at? Spit it out.
I just ran over to the doctor, clicked the lightsaber, and he just ran around and said, "Oh, hell no," ran away.
You know, I had a similar experience when I was a youngling. Master Anakin walked into the room.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god. Oh god.
All right, get in a chair, everybody. We're gonna start.
Oh crap! This avatar can't get in chairs. Wait, can it? No, never mind. It can.
I'm assuming mine can't.
did
So
for
I'm
a
just
second
standing
there.
around.
That's okay, as long as we're in like a circle-ish sort of thing.
All right, now I look the part.
Yep, you look
Yeah, you
do.
beautiful.
look quite dapper, sir. Allow me.
Okay, is the microphone over here or something?
Yeah,
be
over
honest,
there by the chair.
Where?
For here.
Isn't
Right
it?
there.
Okay, because it's going off, so I'm gonna
Oh,
stick it over
microphone.
here. Okay, so welcome to the campfire event. Just a disclaimer, I am going to be recording it today so that we can have something on YouTube for people to see what the heck this event is. So be mindful if you want to share something you don't want on YouTube. Any further campfire company blah 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 comfies probably will not be streamed, but I at least want one so people can see what the heck this is. So the rules, like we went over last time, is we only want one person talking at a time. And if you want to talk, then you're going to have to grab the I want to talk item, which is going to be set in the center of this campfire here. So if the first person is going to talk, they're going to grab the banana and they will come over here and say, blah, 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 my story. And when you're done talking, you can put the banana back. And then so while a banana person was talking, someone else wants to talk next, grabs the cereal and waits. So when the banana gets put back at the fire, you take your cereal, you talk, and when you're done, you put it back. And so then the person who grabbed the banana while you're talking goes next. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so unless you have the yes.
Are we allowed to eat any of them if we get hungry during the thing?
No, you may not eat them. And no, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Okay.
Oh.
So
What
the
maniac
biggest
says it is?
Eat the uranium core.
the biggest problem we have in this event is people talking over each other. So please use the system of cereal and banana if you want to talk, even if it's just for a second. I'm gonna stare at your face if you don't use the banana and cereal and you want to talk. But that's the extent of it. So, with that being said, I don't know what topics Archer has planned, so we're gonna pull from my butt again today. And so we're gonna start it off easy. And make sure you grab the banana if you wanna, whoever gets the banana first gets to talk first. Did you have anything this week that made you happy? Or is a good situation? Or whatever. We can get harder questions if that.
Life is pain and misery. There is nothing in life that makes anyone happy. Friend from Rain.
Weirdo, this is Campfire Comfies, not Campfire Misery, but okay.
I know, but I'm just pretending to be Rain.
I would just like to say, weirdo, I'm right here. I'm kind of hurt.
Okay, let's start with a different question. I was hoping that someone would have something while I look up the next question. Okay, here's a fun one. Do any of you have a superstition? Or maybe a family curse or something like that?
I was about to say, what does that mean? I'm dumb.
Like, if you think a black cat walks in front of you, you're gonna have bad luck or whatever. Superstition.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I don't know if this one counts, but if the person says they might know magic, I'm not going to say they do, but I'm not going to mess with someone who can probably kill me without any evidence to leave behind that they did it. So don't mess with people who say they can do magic. Make your body disappear.
That's a good one. I got it. So, as your friendly neighborhood sports guy, I have like really specific ways of how I have to put on my hockey equipment, or like I'm convinced I will play horribly. Like if I don't put my skates on before my pants, I'm gonna play horrible, and like it actually kind of works because I believe that it will work, so it does. But pretty common with sports people's.
I don't know if anyone here is in IT, because last week we did have a number of IT people. But sometimes the computers are haunted. I don't know if you've ever noticed. You can follow the process accordingly, but it's still broken. No one knows why. We need Ghostbusters in IT.
SharePoint is haunted.
It's the ghost of the file I deleted a month ago.
It's the ghost. It's the ghost of the porn that I deleted.
Weirdo.
The ghost of Hanky Spanky past.
That's what literally everyone does. They delete porn before anyone sees it, and so then it's like haunts them, and it's just like, fuck, that was good shit. Now it's haunting me for the rest of my life. And now my computer's broken.
This is why we keep backups of it, encrypted backups, but backups.
Okay. So, next question. Have you ever, and I'll ask two questions, so maybe one of you guys will get something in either of those questions. Have you ever won a contest, or do you have an unusual skill?
This one is less unusual because I feel like any kid at some point would probably develop it. You can tell who someone is by the sound of their footsteps. You all learned that one.
So I enter literally every contest I see on Instagram. So I win the weirdest prizes. Like I've won hockey tickets, like money, like random gift, like random shit just shows up at my house because I enter so many fucking contests. That I think I've got like random cat toys. I won like just like a random shirt showed up one time. Like I forget about it too, so like random stuff just shows up, and it's like little presents from Instagram.
Okay, so I somehow like win contests like crazy, and I don't even know why. But I enter a lot too, and I've won some crazy shit. Like I've won a $100 gift card. I've won $1,000 cash. I've won an Amazon Fire tablet, an iPod Nano back in the day. Like these aren't just little things, these are like a lot of cool stuff. And so I love entering contests. Let me know if you have one that you want me to win. I haven't won anything like a car though, but I'm hoping someday, or like a house or a trip to Florida or something like that. My mom was really good at winning radio contests, so maybe it's like a family anti-curse. Is we win shit. If any of you guys have any question ideas for the rest of the group, feel free. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep looking.
Do they have to be serious ones?
I don't think so. As long as it's, appropriate-ish.
Well, here's an easy one to get everyone involved. What's a good day to you? And no, I won't tell you what mine is.
When we're not backed up on like fucking too many customers at the store, and we like have so many fucking carts backed up. And I close. Ha! That's some good shit right there. No fucking customers going in the store all the time. Less customers, the best, because less carts pushed. Anyway.
A good day for me is a day that I'm not crying. Because I look like I got my shit together, but I do not. I am an emotional wreck. So if nothing bad happens, I consider it a really good day.
Whenever I have my days off. Oh crap.
Do you have the banana?
My banana.
He's crippled.
Bro,
He can't
I thought
walk.
I clicked it. I thought I clicked it. Bro. Fucking banana. I'm screenshotting the banana.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Dude, I just went for a ride.
I was trying to point at the
It
banana
won't let me grab
dramatically
the banana.
and grabbed her chair.
It won't let me grab the banana.
Doctor, did you eat the banana?
I don't want to use the banana.
You can't grab
Sorry,
the banana?
Finally.
There
Finally.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Banana.
Can't stop all of us.
Mondo can't stop us all.
Apologies, I'm a PC user.
Well, Pug, come grab a seat.
Like you guys. Whenever I have my day off, and then when shit in my house works and isn't constantly breaking, I like when that happens. I think.
Hell yeah.
Okay, character, you can let go of the banana now.
Oh. Chairs are magnetic. I apologize.
It's glued to my hand. I want. Are you serious?
I don't even see the
Finally.
banana anymore.
It must be lag.
Like, the banana's just gone
Okay,
for me.
it's free. We free the banana. Oh, it's right here.
Back in the fire, go, you satanic bitch.
Okay.
I don't think I'm allowed to talk anymore.
Devil fruit. Fruit, right? It's fruit. Fuck if I remember.
Yes, banana.
Banana's not a vegetable.
Yeah.
No, it's a vegetable now.
Vegetable?
Fucking vegetable, eh?
Okay.
It ain't a stick.
Pizza can be a vegetable, so therefore.
Okay.
I don't know. They said something about tomatoes like a year
Anyway.
ago.
Okay, so here's another question. What do you do to relieve stress when you're stressed out? Even if it's weird.
I like to listen to some good music and have a drink. I got a nice little record player, got a little vinyl collection, and have a nice little bar. And last night, some of you may remember, I got wasted and in a little rave thing.
So I have in my drawer emergency super stress cigarettes that if I really, really stressed, I take like one out, but 1:30 in the morning or so, go sit on my front porch, put on my specially titled Sad Boy playlist, and smoke it and chill, and that relaxes me. But I try not to do it too often because it's bad for you.
Listen to music on rare occasions if someone notices and tells me. I'll be like, all right, I'll tell them. But mostly it's either sleep, drink something sugary, or listen to music.
When I get really stressed out or I'm having a panic attack or whatever, I will take a super hot bath. And I don't know what it is about being cold, but being cold like really like drives me crazy. So, yay hotness.
I like to make myself a nice chai latte. And I don't necessarily do anything during. I just kind of close myself off from everything else.
Meditation has genuinely helped me so much. Just that's it. If you haven't tried it, please do.
Okay. Also, if you think of something later on after we've moved past the question, feel free to go back to any other question. Because I'm just trying to spitfire some stuff out. Okay, so another question. Have you ever met anyone famous? / if you could meet someone famous, who would you meet?
For Christ's sake, I don't want the banana.
I had a teacher in high school whose brother was Tori Belici on Mythbusters.
Hell yeah.
That was kind of neat. What famous person would I like to meet? That's a hard question, and I would want to think about it.
So I live in Canada, as you know, played hockey, so I know like from like just growing up, I know people like in the NHL now. So I went to the bar with a guy, if you know it, his name's Taylor Hall. He's like a first round draft, like really famous hockey player. There's a funny story about him. He would literally go to girls at the bar and say, "Hello, my name is Taylor Hall," until somebody recognized him and would leave with them. Otherwise, he would just do something. He would just keep trying until some girl knew who he was. To be fair, in Canada, he's fairly famous, so like didn't take that long, but it cracked me up every time.
Okay. Next question I can think of is there is a thing called the 5 love languages, and it is the way that you like to express affection or like to receive affection. And those 5 things are physical touch, basically talking, words of affirmation, spending quality time together, gift giving, or acts of service. Which of those is important to you? And have you had a good example of any of them? Or if you've never had a partner, what sounds most appealing to you?
I'm definitely gift giving. Except I do it through food, and so my partner, I basically whenever I want to, I just cook, and so I cook a lot.
I'd say mine is definitely physical touch, obviously the first one, and basically mainly like an extra one is I always had like really anxious near loads of people in class, and generally like patting my back will help that. If you gotta like do it, like breathe in like 10 seconds in, 5 seconds out, that type of thing. Yeah, physical touch for sure. Yeah.
I'd probably say service. More or less for the same reason Robo brought up. I really like to cook, and I think essentially giving my time and effort into something is the most affirming way I can demonstrate affection. And also having someone spend or use up their time and effort would be the most rewarding for me.
I agree a lot with you guys in that I feel like when people spend time on me, or even if it's like they remember little things about me, like if I made an offhand comment about how much I love I don't know, like the TV show Firefly, and then like 3 weeks later they send me a cool link about Firefly, stuff like that just makes me feel really good and happy that them committing something to memory about me makes me feel like really loved or whatever. I don't know.
So for me, I have a specific example because for me, acts of service, because I remember once I complained like how we don't have birthday parties after we get like older, like over like 24 or something, and she planned like a full surprise party. Toronto like got everyone to go, like full, like managed to wrangle all of my friends, which is very challenging, and drag them 2 hours away to go play ping pong, which is like one of my favorite things to do. We went to bars, stayed up all night, and it was really memorable because I'd never had that before, and that was it.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Next question. What is the weirdest Wikipedia rabbit hole you've stumbled down? / is there anything really interesting that you ever researched that's just kind of like weird and cool?
I remember I like to learn about animals and crap, so I went in to learn about them. I learned about something called like a water deer. So it's like a deer, but it has like saber tooth type like fangs. It's really cool. And maned hyena or striped hyenas. They're basically regular hyenas, but they kind of grow mohawks.
I recently went down the entire Wikipedia article for the Vespa family of insects, so like wasps and stuff. Because I was terrified of them. I wanted to learn more, and I'm still terrified of them. But at least I know more about them.
So my job, I'm a cybersecurity researcher, so I research a lot of shit. My favorite sort of thing to research is like physical pen testers, which are basically the people that break into buildings to hack stuff instead of like mashing on their keyboards. And like they're like spraying like foam through lasers and like pretending to be janitors and like picking doors or like breaking, like a lot of hacking. You see these guys literally just like walk into stuff, like they just hold a ladder and walk in. And that sort of stuff is really, really cool to me watching. I don't do it because I'm not charismatic enough. It requires big brass balls, which but it's really cool to watch other people do it.
My question is just a follow up to that. One of the things that I was really nervous about as a kid was, well, even as an adult, is going into places that I have never been before and feeling out of place. And one of my teachers, I believe, told me if you act like comfortable enough that you belong somewhere, you can literally walk into anywhere and get away with almost anything. Is that true? Do you think?
So another one of my jobs was being an elevator mechanic, and like you used to be able to like walk and like you can get the keys and stuff, but it takes forever and you don't have time. So like literally you just walk in places, you know, you have a vest, you have a hard hat, you just don't give a shit. You can just walk into so many places. Like I kept that hat and like my old work vest and old hat. And, like I bet you I could walk in 95% of buildings with nobody saying shit to you. Like legitimately, if you just have balls, like no one's gonna stop you. Go to YouTube, search like "act like you belong," and you'll see a lot of people. They sneak into sporting events, everything. Like if you're carrying a ladder, you can go pretty much anywhere you want. It's really funny.
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
No, yeah. To add to that, I work construction. You can literally get away with anything with a vest and a hard hat. It's actually incredible. I was doing road work and they were still like letting me into buildings and shit. But no, yeah, they've definitely I think they got into cybersecurity conferences with just pretending that they were involved and they just got through.
I went to RSA this year and I didn't buy, so that's like the big conference in San Francisco, and I didn't actually buy the pass to go to the conference, but I just like found somebody's and just like photoshopped mine to look like theirs and just walked in. And then my CISO who was there is like, I know him. He's like, "How did you get in here?" I was like, "I just made a pass. It's a security conference. It's fine. No one will care." And he's just like, "That's pretty funny." Just because, and like no one cares, right? Like I'm a white dude, like I look normal, so like I have an advantage of like people don't really stop me because I look like I'm supposed to be most places. So
That is awesome. Banger got big balls confirmed.
I just don't. Oh, I just don't care. I just like I had a public speaking class once. That's like nobody's paying attention to, nobody cares. Just do stuff, and that's what I try to think about.
Okay, next question is, do you collect anything as an adult? / when you were a kid, do you collect anything, or did you have like a specific hyper focus like Pokemon or something?
I collect records. So I just started recently, but I really like it, and especially where I am, there's a lot of old record stores, so I can definitely sink a lot of time and money into it, which I very much enjoy doing.
So this was brief, but for a very short while, I like to collect crystals and like interesting rocks and stuff like that.
Ooh.
But during that stint, I ended up getting some uranium ore, which is still on my desk, which I think is just kind of neat. Also, some uranium marbles, if you're familiar with that sort of thing.
Hell yeah. Kind of in relation. I used to have a friend that I used to work with, and she would take me to antique malls, and she would tell me about, I believe it was uranium glass. And so apparently it was like, it's kind of expensive, but people don't like know what they have, and the only way you can tell if it's actual uranium is to bring like a UV light. And so she would take like a UV light to antique malls and like just like scope out all of the green glass and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. She was an old lady.
I have to say, when I was a little kid, I had a collection of Happy Meal toys. And I don't know how I got to get a lot of Happy Meal toys, because I swear we didn't go to McDonald's that often. I wound up with the whole box of them. And the collection grew. I had like all the Transformer ones that were like, it would be like one of those boxes that would have the sandwich in it and it transforms into a robot. I thought those were like the greatest things, and then I left them at home and never came back for them.
I have some of those too.
I also collect vinyls. Very, very fun thing to collect.
Ooh. Yeah, they are.
Also, about the uranium rock, is it like in a case or anything? Is it like dangerous to have around?
It's not in a case. I don't know how dangerous it is, but I'm not dead yet, so.
I got a friend that
I
has one of
feel
those those glass Garfield mugs that was painted with like the cadmium paint that you're not supposed to have anymore.
Oh yeah, we have the whole set. Oh, I was supposed to get the banana. I'm sorry.
I collect funny little sciencey desk knickknacks. I think it started when I was like 13, and I bought one of those Newton cradles. It was like really dirt cheap, and lasted about 3 months. But I ended up getting a whole bunch of them, and I kind of ran out of desk space, so a lot of it's in storage.
Okay, what can any of you make a really good animal noise / and impression of someone?
Excuse me. Professionalism.
No.
No. I could, but I would fucking laugh too hard if I tried doing that.
Do it.
You fucking
I
already
know
know
what you're gonna do. Do it.
God, I can't. I'm fucking laughing too hard.
Do it. Do it for the meme.
Ah. All right, fucking fine. Fuck the banana. I don't fucking need it. Okay, so the context behind this is from a fucking meme that someone did with like Scooby and Shaggy, and then the fucking like the this my head's keeps disconnecting. I need to get up because I'm out of boundaries. Is fucking again. It's kind of a shitty Scooby impression, so I do apologize if it's very shitty. Probably on VR too, but I gotta do it to Mondo because it'd be fucking more hilarious.
Okay.
Reggie, where are my resticles?
Like, Scoob, you had to get fixed, my man.
Reggie, there they are. Where are my resticles? And the fact that the basic whole meme is like Shaggy thinks that what they mean by fixing is like fixings on a sandwich, and it shows the next scene of like Scooby in a cone saying that. It's fucking hilarious, and they said it to her randomly in the car, and she just started busting out laughing. So I could do at least a shitty Scooby impression for some reason. I used to actually do a Yoda impression when I was a kid, but I can't do that anymore. My voice has gone too far, like based.
Okay, what is your favorite Disney and or Studio Ghibli movie and why?
Mulan, number 1, songs. They rock. Number 2, she's a bad bitch. Number 3, the climax of the movie is solved by her committing a war crime, which is hilarious in a children's movie. And number 4, again, the Make a Man Out of You song, and that's why it's my favorite one.
Wait, you said Disney movie, right?
Yep. Why?
Deadpool, technically.
Okay.
Technically.
Sure, we'll allow it.
Oh my god.
Toy Story. Purely because I was kind of a dick as a kid. And Toy Story made me feel something, and it wasn't towards people, it was towards toys. I was like, oh, I gotta take care of my toys now. They might be sentient.
Screw the humans that I'm punching in the face. If I punch my toys, I feel bad.
Oh my god.
The lesson he learned: punch people, not toys.
I guess for like Studio Ghibli, I would say probably Kiki's Delivery Service. I don't know why that one stuck out with me, but that one's a good one. Yes. Hello. You need help? No, you're just moving the microphone.
Yeah, he was picking you up, even though you're kind of far away.
Oh, weirdly. Yeah, I can fix it.
Okay, what was your dream job as a child? Or what was your favorite job that you've had?
Fuck, that's true.
Oh, I've always wanted to direct a movie. Oh, that would always be cool. Help with the scripts and everything.
Yeah. I'm a fucking train driver. I want to fucking drive trains when I was a kid. But, you know, steam trains are kind of obsolete now in life, and so it just kind of like went, oh. But fuck it. I want to drive trains.
Hmm.
Stuck. I'm good.
Werner!
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a video game developer. I even wrote a letter to
Werner has a
Nintendo
gun. I'm
trying to give
scared.
them suggestions for Final Fantasy 3, because I thought that was a good idea at the time. And my current job that I'd want to be would be, I just thought of this. Hockey scout, because I get to go around, watch hockey, and judge people, which are two of my favorite things to do.
When I was a kid, my dream job was to be a bagger at Walmart, which doesn't exist anymore, but there used to be don't there used to be people
Fucking bagger at Walmart.
there used to be
So
people
random. I'm not trying to be rude.
there used to
Backbone
be
of
people
society, really.
Yes, at the end of the cashier would only scan the groceries and send them down. And then their guy at the end of the thing would bag the groceries for you. And I always wanted to be a bagger at Walmart. I don't know why, but that was my childhood dream.
I think that position's still open at Costco.
It is. You can follow your dreams.
I'm good.
She doesn't want to drive that far.
Okay. What is there a chore in your household that you actually enjoy or don't mind doing?
Taking out the trash. The easiest one.
I actually like sweeping. I don't have a big apartment, so it's not that bad, and I like listening to music while I do it. So yeah.
If you can consider cooking a chore, then it's that. But if you actually enjoy it like I do, doing the dishes, that is prime podcast time.
Yeah.
For me, I like vacuuming because I have a Roomba, and I find it really funny to watch her crash into a bunch of shit around the house. And and it entertains me and the dog to no end.
No, I'm actually with Tujer that I actually don't mind doing the dishes. It's kind of therapeutic for me, I guess, in some sort of way to like wash the soap, wash away from the dishes. It's kind of fun.
Can I get Werner and Tuger to come live with me?
I'll do my best.
For the right price.
Okay, another question is, was there anything fashion wise? This might be like the completely wrong crowd for this question, but think about it. Was there anything fashion wise that you did like in the 90s or 2000s or whatever that you may regret now, slash something that you really liked in that time that society thinks is bad now, but you still rock it?
I was a raging hipster in university, like the plaid shirts, the beanies, the whole thing. I didn't do the fake glasses. I thought that was too far, but like I had the whole thing, like drank the specific beer, listened, was like fucking Pitchfork was like my homepage, like the whole the whole vibe. Yeah, like I still kind of wear the hats, not in the summer because it's too hot, but I used to. And yeah, I still like it, but I don't do it as much anymore because it looks kind of weird on a 30-year-old man. So yeah.
Just gonna say this now. I never had fashion. It was just jeans, jacket, and a t-shirt. That's all you need.
Oh, lost it. To add on to that, I don't know if it's somewhat related, but I know if I was younger now, I would be a raging e-boy, painted nails, black, the whole thing. If I was 20.
Leather jackets. That is all.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry.
Kind of related. I like that overalls are coming back into fashion.
So this is one that I don't understand, but as you may know, I have extremely long hair, and I like scrunchies because they just hold your hair better and they don't hurt taking out. But apparently, like I was watching this one, like YouTube video where it said that scrunchies were like a 90s thing and they were so glad they were gone, and I'm like, what? But apparently scrunchies are coming back, question mark.
Yeah, they are actually.
Yeah, that like OC era of fashion is kind of coming back, like the low-rise pants, the whole thing.
Some people still have mullets. Just
Oh yeah, there's like two people at my work that have mullets.
Mullets are really cool in Canada right now for hockey players. Like they fucking love wearing them and have mullets. I see lots of kids with sticks and bags rocking full mullets and pit vipers, and it looks pretty sweet.
Okay. The next question is, were there any words that you could not pronounce as a kid, and so did you make up your own? Slash, were there any just funny stories about words in general? And I'm gonna go first because I know this might take a while to think about because that was a long time ago. But the funniest one that I know of was from my brother, who in the server is Mondo Bro. For some reason he couldn't say lasagna, and so he would always call it bazania with a B. And so I don't know why I just ever forgot that, but it's like my brother and his damn bazania.
When I was little, I couldn't remember when to say please, thank you, or you're welcome. So I would just say all of them at all times. I would just say please, thank you, you're welcome, no matter what the circumstance was, because I couldn't remember which one to say when. And I just figured if I said all of them, you couldn't be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time as a kid, I could never pronounce or spell my sister's name. And her name is Michelle. So I would always go Mitchell. And it pissed her off constantly. And thinking back to it, I'm just so sorry.
So I have two problems with my head, and that's that I read more than I talk. So I'll know words but have no idea how to pronounce them. And the second thing is that I just forget words a lot. The most recent example I can think of is my girlfriend had a I forgot the word now even. I think it's a headband. It's like the thing you put in your hair to hold it in place or whatever, so it does not get in your face. Is that a headband?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I could not think of the word, so I was like, hair brace. That's what it is. And I do this all the time, and she just cracks up constantly because I cannot remember what words are. I also wanted to say that I think I've hit my VR limit for the night, so I'm gonna log out.
Alrighty, we'll
But it's been
see you
fun.
later.
Good
Hey,
night.
see ya, Nasi.
Thanks
Hey,
for
hey.
coming.
Good to see you.
All right, good to see you, y'all.
Peace.
So to kind of come off of that one too is I also read a lot more than I talk, and so a lot of the things that I knew the words of, I did not know how to pronounce them. And one of the ones that I found out embarrassingly recently was acetaminophen, which is known as Tylenol. So for the longest time, I thought it was pronounced acetaminophen. And when people would always say like acetaminophen, I'm like, I don't know what that is. And then so when I found out those two words were the same and they didn't mean something different, I was like, damn. I think this was like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago.
I just want to comment on that thing, Mondo. The reason why I know it's called acetaminophen is because my dad fucking wants to name a cat that acetaminophen or like something else, some other drug.
Yeah.
And histamine. That's why. That's the only reason why I know those two big words. Other than that, I'm too autistic and I don't know words.
Yeah, so that will also add on to Mondo's comment as well. Especially when it comes to pronunciation as well. I'm not native, so when it comes to my own native language, most of the time I'm fine. But especially in English, I've mostly just used reading to get used to expand my vocabulary. So there are just certain English words that I just mess up or I just make a mix of in my own language, which turns out sometimes in some really weird results as well. But there's also just some English words that make absolutely no sense when it comes to pronunciation. I had a real struggle with pronouncing miscellaneous for a long time. I also screwed up colonel a lot, so I just said colonel because that's also the Dutch word for it. So sometimes I create these amalgamations between words that just make absolutely no sense. So just like a mix between like Dutch, German, English, and such.
Okay. Oops. I'm not muted. Okay. So the next question is, do you have a story involving your first crush / do you have any stories related to relationships when you were a kid? And I will go first. So no, it was really hard for me to make even friends in real life. So in 8th grade, there was this boy. who I really didn't like, and he was just kind of seemed as like the, I don't know, the like, I mean, I don't want to say like, man, I don't even know what to categorize him as anymore, but he was just like really dirty. Like like he would come to school with like dirt all over him and stuff. And it was just really gross to me because I'm a huge germaphobe. Anyways, so in 8th grade on Valentine's Day, he came to me with a piece of poster board that said, had like purple roses on it and said like, will you be mine, yours, and then his name. And I thought that was really strange, and like I was mute till I was like 26, and so I've never talked to him, and so I don't not know why he liked me or anything, and I did not know what to say to that. So I just like kind of took it, and then I went and put it in my locker and never mentioned it again. Until the end of the year, I did have a kind of friend when we were doing locker clean out, and like I showed her the poster board heart. And I was like, yeah, you know, the dirty guy gave this to me, and I don't know what to do with it. And so she ripped it up and threw it away, and I didn't know what to do with it. But that was the only time anyone had ever admitted that they had a crush on me. I think in my whole life, I think every other guy I've liked, I've literally told him first. I think.
This guy.
Also to add on to that, I am also oblivious to basically anything that comes to romantic relationships, and it's also sort of in the same vein as the story that Mando told. I believe I've told this story before. Wasn't necessarily in elementary school, it was more like in middle school. I hung out with this girl for like about 2 or 3 years, went over to the place multiple times, and apparently all like the entire class except for me was actually realizing the fact that she was flirting with me. I had absolutely no idea. So that went on for years until one day I went over again and we were watching Star Wars, that I still remember. And she suddenly just comes out and tells that she likes me. And I had absolutely no fucking idea this was coming. So I also had no idea how to react to that. She also didn't say that directly, so I just said okay, and I just went on as if nothing happened. So that whole thing just went on for like another like 2 years, and it was super awkward, and I still had absolutely no idea, except for like only finally at graduation when people like actually went out and directly told me that I realized that. And now that I think back of it, I'm so sorry that that I didn't realize it because she was just so busy with me. But I probably should have realized it way sooner. But yeah, basically that.
Okay, this one happened a while ago. They were my best friend, and eventually I had a crush on him, and she had a crush on me, and we both knew this, but I was too anxious back then to say anything. Hate myself for that. Then fast forward to a couple of years where I'm here now, and we're still best friends and all that, but now her sister likes me, and I have a whole other bunch of other problems. So now I gotta live with that awkwardness.
Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I have had a lot of long-term crushes since I was a kid, but I wasn't a very social type. And yeah, I ended up only dating much later in my life, comparatively. But I think it was like near the end of middle school where I was kind of pretty pessimistic about my prospects in the, in my love life. But I went to a wedding and I ended up hanging out with a girl there for a bit, just chatting and so and so. And only after like half a decade later I was already like dating someone at that point. I realized, wait a minute, all those years back, they were actually flirting with me. What the hell?
Okay. Next question is as long as you're comfortable talking about it, I don't want anyone to get sad and emotional. What is your favorite animal that you've had as a kid or as an adult? And did they do anything goofy or amusing or unique that you'd like to share?
My childhood dog was like a little Lakeland Terrier, about 25 pounds, and she used to run around our house. We had like leather couches, you know, the ones that are like sort of sloped. And she would like run fast enough that she would like be like banked on them like a NASCAR and just sprint around the house, like on the top of the couches, jumping over shit, under things, and just like run around in circles for ages. And it was really funny.
Okay, let's do this one. A little while ago, my family got a Great Pyrenees. Originally, I thought it was a girl, so I named it Zoe. Then it turned out to be a guy, which is a whole other thing. But we lived in like the neighborhood type thing, and that was more like a farm dog. So eventually, we had to get rid of it. The thing was barely trained. It was that playful biting thing still. I loved it because it was just we always like mess around. It was like my first technically dog, like for me personally, and yeah, just always miss him.
I guess it's time for the obligatory origin story. So my sister had a cat. Well, actually, we had a lot of cats because we raised Siamese kittens when I was little. But my sister had a cat, and she liked to throw toys for it, and she liked to throw toys that would roll under cabinets. And this particular cat didn't really care whether it was actually possible to chase the thing that was running around. So the poor kitty would constantly crash into the cabinets trying to go after the toys. So she named it when it was a kitten. She named it Crash. And so when I had to pick a name back when I was first getting on the internet, way back when, I I picked a name in honor of her cat.
We used to raise a lot of different animals over the years. Like we showed rabbits, and I've had a million cats. And we also had a lot of interesting, like weird pets. Like we did silkworms. I've done triops, sea monkeys. There's a lot of just weird shit. I've lost the cereal. I don't know where it went. But I guess one of the stories that I wanted to share was with my cat that lives in Michigan. Her name is Nessie, and I named her after the Loch Ness monster. But she liked to play fetch. Like she would really like the rings off of a milk jug and bread ties and things like that. And if you threw it, she would go run over there, pick it up with her mouth, and bring it back to you and set it down in your hand. I have a couple of videos of this, and if I ever run across them, I might share them in the Discord. But I just thought that was a very unique thing that none of the other cats I had ever did. Although, does someone have the banana, or is it not showing up for me again?
I don't see
It's
any
gone for me
bananas.
too.
Fuck a banana.
Found it.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
Oh, you're just moving a chair. Okay. So the next question is, what is something that you have on your bucket list? And if you don't know what a bucket list is, it's like a list of things that you want to accomplish in your life that are probably unrelated to your career. Like some people would say like, "Oh, my bucket list is to go to France and see the Eiffel Tower or to go skydiving or something weird like that."
I'd like to see the Northern Lights at some point.
Hell yeah.
Go to Las Vegas. Only because it'll probably be awful, but it's one of the awful experiences that you can brag about.
I, as a huge weeb, have always wanted to go to Japan. I've went to most of the places I want to go. That's the last one on my list. Because I wanted to go to New York City. I wanted to go to Vegas. I wanted to go to a hockey game in Montreal. So I've done all that, but Japan still eludes me just because it's really expensive, and my wife is scared of going there because she thinks it's really weird. So I don't know if we'll get that one, but that's something I want to do.
In that same vein, mine's also to go to Japan. I was supposed to finish up my studies in Japan. I was supposed to do a like a exchange student program, but that was April of 2020, and so that didn't work out. So I want to actually go there, and yeah.
Yeah, also just in the same vein as many others here, I just want to travel. That's the biggest thing I still want to do. I still want to go to the US. I still want to go to multiple places in Europe. Also, one of the things I still want to do is that I love stargazing, but the place that where I live at has such high light pollution that there's absolutely no stars most of the time. So one of the things I would also like to do is just to head like into like the entire unknown and just go there for a night and go like proper stargazing, maybe like in a desert or something.
Much like many people here, I would also like to travel. It is a bit more broad, but at some point I kind of realized that growing up in Europe, I visited a lot of European places. And it was very similar to the point where I'm just like, well, if I'm going to travel to Spain, for example, why aren't I just visiting something local? So I decided, why don't I do something completely different, like trying to visit the Seven Wonders? I could go to Machu Picchu, I could visit the Great Wall of China, and get a vastly different experience.
Oh shit, I've got the banana. I was reading something in Discord. So like everyone else, I also want to go to Japan, and I really wanted to take Weirdo to Japan too, because he really wants to do the Ma Akina, Initial D, all that garbage. But with Corona stuff going on, we haven't been able to, so that kind of sucks.
I heard initial D in Monarch and I had to put my headset back on and I'm trying to fix it. Hello.
Cars.
But yeah. Initial D. Anyway, fix my headset time.
So if you don't mind, I actually have a question related to that, if that's chill. She's AFK.
Me?
What is the are you
Oh,
here? I have an
yeah,
actual
go for
question
it.
to follow up on that, if that's chill. What is the coolest thing you have checked off your bucket list? For me, I really wanted to go to watch. I used to be a big League fan, and I wanted to go watch League live. And we went to CLG versus TSM at MSG. which was super fun. So we got completely wasted, yelled at nerds playing esports. I almost fought a TSM fan in the stands. It was a blast, and we had a really, really fun time. So yeah, that's the coolest thing that I have currently checked off my bucket list.
Something I've managed to check off my bucket list: moving to Canada.
Let's go.
I've been here for 4 years, and I plan to leave.
Fair enough.
I guess one of the things I kind of like didn't really know was on my bucket list, but I guess it was to do some traveling. And like I mentioned at a previous event, I basically ran away from home and went to Seattle. And I loved it. It was great. Like, just I spent my whole life in this tiny itty bitty town in Michigan, and being out into a big city was brand new for me. It was scary, but it was so exciting. There was a lot of cool stuff to do. A lot of the people there way nicer than Michigan, and I got to try a lot of new foods, a lot of cultural foods that were great. There's so much Asian culture in Seattle, and I absolutely love Asian culture. And I don't know, I feel like I want to travel more, but it's just not, not only is it expensive, it's difficult when you have a weirdo and 2 cats.
Yeah, those cats are pretty weird, aren't they?
Okay, next question is do you have the 2 questions. Is there any like celebrity that you shamelessly follow, like on Twitter or in the news or whatever? And or do you have a guilty pleasure that you indulge in? And for those of you that don't know, a guilty pleasure is some kind of media, such as a movie, TV show, music, game, that you enjoy despite a lot of people not enjoying.
Crap. The Transform movies, like Michael Bay type direction type thing. I actually
no,
like
but go.
those, but a lot of people, a lot of people hate them. A lot of them.
Celebrity I shamelessly follow, Aubrey Plaza. I'm hopelessly in love with her. That's one. And then the second one is my guilty pleasure is this, because I'm a like super normie. So I don't really talk about like hanging out in VR and stuff because people would look at me like I'm completely psychopath and be like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? But I think it's really fun. And yeah, it's just like a weird thing that I do that like no one else I know does. Like they're all pretty normies, I guess. So it's this is it.
So just a follow up to that, I love Aubrey Plaza. Oh my fucking god, she is also my female celebrity crush.
Hell yeah.
She's so weird. It's good.
Yes. There was an interview where she was like, what do you like in a man? And she's like, I want someone with a helicopter pilot's license so they can help me in an apocalypse. And I was fucking cracking up.
Also, hello, Avaji. Are you friends with someone here?
Yes.
So what we're doing right now is we're doing an event for my community called the Campfire Comfies, where we sit around and tell stories about stuff. So if you want to sit around and tell stories, you can. And if not, that's okay. Also, we are recording this, so don't say anything you don't want on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
as I get the next question. Okay, slightly weird one maybe. What is your favorite smell? It doesn't have to be food of any kind.
Super easy. Fresh ground coffee in the morning is the best smell. Nothing even comes close.
Yeah, I agree. Coffee and apple cider
go.
that's been spiced with like clove, cinnamon, nutmeg. I have it every fall. I love it, and also coffee. So yeah.
Pretty cliche, but just the smell of freshly cut grass or like right after a thunderstorm, make you smell the ozone. That's like my favorite smell in the entire world.
Oh, I had another one. When you open a tennis ball container, the smell of new tennis balls is my favorite as well because it reminds me that I'm gonna play, and it's very nostalgic for me because my grandpa who taught me how to play tennis always used to let me open the containers, so it was something that reminds me of him.
Morning rain when it's foggy. You can smell the humidity.
Also, growing up basically on the beach, the smell of the ocean, I really enjoy. I really enjoy like the salt water.
I gotta go with the smell of a Christmas tree. Gotta love that piney evergreen smell.
Okay. I have not found an awesome question, so I'm gonna give you a less awesome question. Is there a celebrity that you feel like you look like?
Oh fuck. Mm. When I was younger, this is related sort of to the fumbling the bag with the women's story from earlier. I just didn't tell it. There was a girl that said I looked and reminded her of Seth Cohen from the OC when I was younger, which I now realize was like the biggest flirting with someone you could do. I didn't realize at the time, and I fumbled the bag real bad. But yeah, that's the only one. And then like some other random shit, but that was the only one that sticks out to me.
You know, I don't mean to brag, but I have been compared to Shrek.
Yo. Show off. Guy is drowning in bitches if he looks like Shrek for real.
Okay, so the next question is what fictional world or place would you like to live in and why?
Purge. You know, it's a bad idea,
What the fuck?
but it sounds
Jesus.
really fun.
The Star Trek universe. I recently watched Star Trek, The Next Generation, and then Deep Space Nine during like COVID and all that, and they're fantastic. Who wouldn't want to live in a post-scarcity like perfect society?
For me, I would have to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the idea of having an entire world economy based off a children's card game sounds hilarious. And everybody just fucking hanging out and just like Elon Musk just like making dragon planes and like everyone just playing cards and chilling. And there's like every problem can be solved by playing cards. Sounds really fun and really hilarious.
Somebody got the cereal, or is it? Oh, it's way up here. Okay, next question is, if you were a troll, I mean, y'all should probably be at least a little bit of a troll, but if you could go back in time 10,000 years and make a cave painting to confuse the hell out of everyone in the future, what would you draw?
Hmm. Make a cave drawing of Queen Elizabeth. Make her realize how long she's been here.
I feel like there's two different ways to answer this question. Because obviously, if you like went back 10,000 years and drew like a modern electrical device, that will probably freak people the fuck out. But also just referencing like modern pop culture would also freak people the fuck out, because imagine if you're just like just some kind of archaeologist, you studied for like years, you go into a cave, and the first thing you see is like a 10,000-year drawing of like an Among Us imposter or something like that, or like Shrek. That I feel like that would cause the most chaos.
I gotta say, while it was tempting to mention, oh yeah, I'll just draw Mark Zuckerberg, and then a bunch of lizards right next to him. But no, I'd probably draw the dinosaurs exactly how they were, except for a bunch of, instead of their normal heads, it'll just be a bunch of chicken heads.
I think like writing like a recipe for like a pizza would be really funny, like in exact like modern English, and people would just be really confused, thinking people are making pizzas 10,000 years ago in like this random ass cave. And I think that would be really funny and not too disruptive to the timeline. Maybe it would.
Okay, possibly a bad question, but you never know what we might get. What would you like to be famous for / known for on a mass scale?
Mhm.
Probably hosting in a really stupid event. If you ever end up seeing like randomly across the internet, come to this place in this location, and you see a bunch of guys in armored suits fighting with giant pillows, probably that. Then random guys come in with fire trucks. So world fight cut with knight armor, pillow fight combined with fire trucks. Basically an idiot.
Also, hey Puck.
Oh, here's Bug. I'll be known for being an idiot.
Boy. Okay, next oh, you ready? You can go. You can go. Go, Banger, go.
Yeah, I was just gonna be like, I'd always wanted to be the best in the world at something really trivial and like get like 10 minutes of fame at it. Like, I don't even know like what would be a good example. Like riding a bike backwards or something like super super trivial, but like be the world's best at just one random ass thing. I think would be really cool.
When I was in high school, I got a gold medal in English. And I reserve the right to be bad at English from now on. So if I want to be famous for anything, it's for telling everybody that I've got a gold medal in English and then absolutely destroying English.
Okay. Now this one is going to be an open-ended question, but I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever found anything weird in a weird spot? So, for example, have you ever found anything strange in your refrigerator that maybe didn't belong there, or alongside the road, or I don't know, in your car, or etc.?
I don't know if this counts, and I don't know how this happened, but the other day I found my keys in my freezer. I don't know why they were there. I don't know why I put them there. I think I was really tired, and I came back and I wanted something frozen, and I don't know. But I put my keys in my freezer, and I thought I genuinely threw them away, but I did something even dumber.
So this is a little backwards, but we caused the weird thing. So we were at a party at my friend's house, and we hid rocks in the strangest places in her apartment. Like we put them in like the hood oven vent. We at one point we like scooped out ice cream and like put it in there and then put the ice cream back. We opened her toilet tank and put rocks in there. She found rocks for about 3 years. I think the last one she found was her bathroom fan. When they took it down to clean it. So we literally and my friends are all like tradespeople. So like we were like taking things apart and sticking rocks in like this. There's the person that gets the apartment next will find rocks in the apartment to this day. We hid like 100 in the most random places you can possibly imagine. And to prove it's not mean, she kept them. And at her new house, she has a little bowl that has some of the rocks in it to remember when we were young and stupid.
Oh.
Oh shit. I was just talking that whole time and I was muted. Rip. Okay, so okay, so the next question. Which we kind of had this question a little bit last time. But what is an underrated skill that you may have that everyone you think could benefit from, slash what is a piece of wisdom that you know right now that maybe you feel is uncommon and could help other people?
So as part of my job, I do public speaking at like conferences in front of like a lot of people. So it's a pretty unique skill because most people are like terrified. If you look up fears, most people are more scared of public speaking than dying. So it's a skill that is you just get through pure beating yourself over the head with doing it until you don't care anymore. But the best advice I got related to doing that was if you think back to any of the classes, schools you've had, try to remember one person's presentation. And I will challenge you that you probably can't, even if it was like 2 days ago. Like remember what it was, like a couple things they said, you won't remember it. So nobody cares. Nobody's listening. Well, they're listening, but like they're not going to remember it specifically, unless you do amazing or you're a complete train wreck. But that never happens if you prepare even a little bit. So yeah, that's kind of what it is for me. It's a weird skill that I've had to get and keep using, and part of why I'm in VR chat because I have to give a talk about this stuff. So yeah.
learning how to appreciate or at least respect who you are as a person is some of the best investment you can make towards yourself and having a better future. It might be the hardest thing you can ever do, but it really is worth the payoff if you can get yourself to realize that this is the life you have and you can make it a lot better.
Yeah, this is also just sort of like a combination between what Tuju and Banger said as well. What Banger said is especially true is that not only when it comes to public speaking, respectfully, random strangers don't give a fuck about you. That's also the book has also been like referenced and linked multiple times in the Discord now. The subtle art of not giving a fuck. It's a great book. Random people don't give a shit about you. Don't give a shit about others in general, unless you like actually friends and just live your life. And also just what Tucci said as well. That also means that because things don't matter at all, it's also okay to also just be kind to yourself. And sometimes also just try to move on because life is just life and how it is. And sometimes things go wrong and sometimes they don't, and that's fine.
Kind of following up with everyone else's thing. Yes, the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, is a life-changing book. Like, it's really hard for me to read anymore, but this was one of those books that got to the point where it was like, I don't want to finish it because I don't want it to be over. But it has a lot of really good ways of dealing with society problems in society, but in a backwards way that actually makes it more forwards than the way we're actually dealing with it. And if you want to learn more about that, come find me after the event and we can talk about it a little bit. But another thing that I wanted to say in relation to his public speaking thing was I was extremely nervous as a kid to do public speaking because, I'm like, oh my God, everyone's staring at me and I'm going to mess up and blah, 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 whatever. But my art teacher did tell me, no one gives a fuck. No one's paying attention. Everyone's bored, thinking about, I don't know, what they're going to have for lunch or whatever. And I was like, you know what? That's true. And the reason why that I said that that's true is he also told me, okay, do you remember anything about anyone else's presentation at all? And I'm like, no. And he's like, they don't remember yours either. And I'm like, oh shit, that's true. That's true shit. But also to go along with that is even though I don't remember anyone's presentation, I do remember like small snippets of things that have happened. And when I was a kid, I used to remember literally everything. Like I could remember whole conversations like months later. It was crazy. Not anymore. I'm too old for that now. But one of the things that I remember, snippets of conversation, was I remember in 8th grade, there was a girl I knew named Brittany, and she told the story about it. Her name was Brittany, but it was spelled a little weird. And she told the story of the reason why her name was spelled weird is because I think it was, she said her mom was on the phone with her grandma who lived in Florida or something like that. And the grandma said, damn this Brittany Spaniel, or whatever the hell the dog name of Brittany is. And then she goes, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to name my baby Brittany. And Brittany was not my friend. I had really never talked to her, but it was just really weird that a gazillion years later, I remember that story of how she was named. Also in 9th grade, there was this girl named Alicia, also was not my friend, just some rando. And I remember her telling the story of the reason that the color purple was like attractive to her is because it was the color of royalty. And that was the first time I'd ever associated purple with royalty. And so that's just some snippets that I have remembered, but I don't remember any of the presentations anyone has given. And I don't know what happened to the cereal, but I'm done.
Purple is royalty. It's actually the most expensive dye to make naturally. It comes from like sea creatures. So it's like really, really, really expensive to make naturally. Somebody actually recreated it, and it's like really expensive, and that's my random fact.
I will say, a weird skill I've developed. And I can't say that it's something you can necessarily achieve easily, but is to identify the chemical component of your emotions. Like if you get really angry or really sad, you can notice there's this sort of like a chemical portion of that. And if you can identify that, you can learn to either ignore that or go with it or separate it from your thoughts. And you can control your mood a little bit more easily.
Okay, in relation to that, whoa, I'm jumping backwards here. One of the things that I learned from my ex before Weirdo was that he taught me about something called mindfulness. And I had heard the term before, but I thought that it meant just, being careful with the way that you're wording things or be aware of your surroundings or blah, blah, blah. But the way that he taught me mindfulness was that, like Kat was saying, a lot of your emotions and your feelings and shit are literally just chemicals going on in your brain. And as a girl, I can tell you chemicals fuck with your brain. Look at periods, look at PMS. It's a stereotype for a reason because the chemicals going on in your brain that makes your body start to disintegrate itself during a period literally affects the rest of you too, making you incredibly emotional, and you will cry about the weirdest shit, you'll get pissed at the weirdest shit, etc. And it almost feels like you're transformed into someone else, like a werewolf, because you don't feel like yourself. And you do crazy stuff, it doesn't feel like yourself. A fun story I have in relation to that is one time me and my Michigan ex were going to Lake Michigan. And on the way there, I started crying because I saw a yard that had a lot of lawn flamingos in it. And I started crying, and he said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "There's too many flamingos in the lawn." It was the stupidest thing, but you don't have any fucking control over it because your hormones are going crazy. And the mindfulness part is where that comes in, is where when you start feeling an emotion, you literally have to be quote unquote above your brain. And you have to literally say to yourself, "Okay, brain, the thing you're experiencing right now is sadness. Good job, brain. You have successfully experienced sadness. Now I'm going to go over here and play video games," or something like that. And that has gotten me through a lot of stuff of being able to override my emotions sometimes and calm my ass down when I'm being unrealistic, is by telling my brain, "Good job, you're experiencing this shit. Now I'm going to go do something else." Okay, next question is, what are you... Oh shit, I had a better question than this, but I think I forgot what it was. What are you excited about this weekend? / if you had unlimited time and money, what would you be going to do this weekend?
I'm very excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It just came in the mail today, and I'm probably going to spend a lot of time tomorrow playing it.
I'm going to the States on Friday. I don't know what I'd be doing otherwise.
It's a holiday on Monday, so I'm just excited to have an extra weekend day to just chill and like do whatever I want. Um, especially because like nothing's really going on. Like you don't have to buy gifts or you don't have to go see anyone. It's just like a random holiday for the sake of having one, which are my favorite. So I just get to fucking hang out, and I normally stay up too late on Sundays anyways because I rebel against having to go back to real life. So yeah, I'm pumped for that. And also, I gotta bounce. It is too late for me. It's like 3 in the morning. I gotta go help people move. So thanks, y'all.
Alrighty, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming.
Nice seeing you, Banger.
Later, dudes.
My weekends mostly consist of doing absolutely nothing, and that is also what I prefer doing. So that is also what I'm probably going to do the next weekend. Maybe hang out with friends or something. To answer the second part of the question, if I had unlimited money, what would I do in the weekend? I will probably like hop on like the next plane and just go places. That's probably the first thing that I will actually do.
We've got about 10 minutes left in this event. Does anyone have any random stories or anything at all that they would like to share? Related to literally anything.
I like alcohol.
That's good, I guess.
Alcohol for pizza? That's kind of some straight up heresy there, Buck.
How about an alcoholic pizza?
That sounds
Hey,
good.
that-
I did that.
that's
I
a
did that
time.
bit today actually.
Hmm.
It wasn't that bad.
So, what do you guys think of the event? Was it cool? Could anything have been improved other than Archer being here? Anything you liked or disliked or
I feel so
anything?
bad
Oh
for
yeah, you
Archer,
never
fuck.
showed up.
Oh god, that's so.
I like just being able to chill out and talk.
Yeah, I guess we can rename the event Campfire Comfies with Mondo.
Oh god.
I think the
I still need to host an event.
yeah, you can. Just let me know. I think the banana and cereal thing worked out a lot better this time because the previous couple events people were just kind of talking over each other a lot, but it went a lot smoother today, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the system works very well. I mean, the first campfire event that we did, yeah, of course, we had like the problem of people talking over each other. But this works very well. In some sort of way, I believe that 12 people might also be the hard limit, but maybe even less than that. I don't know. It also just depends on if people want to also just, sit on the sidelines and also just listen. That's also fine. So maybe 12 people's fine. But we had, I don't know, the previous event was kind of big, and the one before that was super small. So this is like the perfect size, maybe.
I think this event had a hard limit on it during the signups.
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, 12. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
10 10 out of
also
12.
supposed to be, yeah. That's, okay.
All right. Oh, it's late.
I guess related to the event stuff, I talked to the creator of our event bot And in the event to calendar channel, it shows central standard time or central daylight standard time for the overview. And I asked him if there was any way he could change that to be your guys' local time limit. And while he said that it is not because of the way that Discord sorts times and dates. However, I did ask him, I said, can you make it so that it doesn't have, like, the problem where it says Monday, August 1st, here's everything. Wednesday, August 3rd, here's everything. And so I told him, is there any way you can make it so it doesn't sort by the day, but it just still has the day listed? That way we can do it in local time. And he said that he would look into it. And I think he actually implemented some of it. I'm trying to find. Of course, fucking Discord search button is broken right now. But I think he added for me, I can't swear, but it says time zone CST at the very bottom of the overview now. Whereas I think before it did not, and people were confused about if the time zone was local, if the time zone was server, etc. So hopefully that clears up a little of the confusion about the calendar's time zone. And I will switch it to local time as soon as I am given the ability to do so.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, sounds great.
If anyone has any suggestions related to events, please let me know. If you want to host an event, you are completely 100% allowed to. Just get with me in DMs, and we'll get the times figured out and shit. I am looking for a new event to host on Monday nights because no one seems to like my nap event. So if you have any suggestions for that too, let me know. And with that, I guess you guys are dismissed. And if you want to chill here, that's fine. If you want to go, that's fine. Thank you all for coming. Y'all are amazing, and I cannot emphasize enough how great all of you are, except for Weirdo, who's trying to kill people over here.
He's so-
Finish them. Fatality.
Oh, dual wield now.
Fuck is it?
The power of fucking God in anime on my side, boy. Don't test me.
Oh. This is a game you trying to start, huh?
If she breathes.
She's
a
Mush mush.
Also, is there anyone here who likes to get motion sickness?
Okay.
Yes, who likes to get motion sickness?
Go get motion.
Should I take nurse?
Where should I take nurse?
We don't want to get motion sickness.
We don't want to get motion sickness at all.
Let me do this.
Wait, hang on, I got an idea.
Get on the seat. Get on the seat.
Yeah,
this is normal.
Oh my.
These chairs don't make sense.
Gets
I can
motion
actually sit
sickness,
on them and
not
grab them.
me. Because I am God and too powerful for everything.
Oh yeah. Also, that can happen.
He's launched into orbit.
Touching tips.
That's what's creating that weird lighting.
The tippening.
Is this how you use the Force Master Yoda?
Oh no. No. Don't you do that. No.
That was interesting.
multiple charges on me.
The bottom my balls I with this rock maximum pain I must endure.
What?
Here we go. It's another fucking meme. And it's literally a meme where just Yoda crushes his balls with a rock or some shit. It's true.
Gotta be educated.
It literally just says maximum pain I must endure. You.
Oh my god.
It's so soft.
Can I get that lightsaber for you? Ah, there we go.
Can I get a lightsaber? It'd be a cool ass lightsaber to have to activate with a fucking lighter. Practical. Like, that'd be fine.
I had a
Bullshit.
good drinking day today.
Yeah. Huh?
Bye, guys.
Yo.
Hey, Ghosty. Hi.
Bye. Hello, Ghosty.
Going on a trip.
Good night, everyone. I'm wait.
We'll see you later, Robo. Have a good one.
Hey, good night. Good to actually see you.
Robo.